Hello everyone and welcome to RGL Season 3 Tier 1. I'm back for a guest commentary for tonight and to fill in for a few people that haven't been able to turn up for tonight. So you're in the capable hands of myself, and joining me in the comment box for the very first time, I believe. It could be more, but I think it's the first time we've ever actually done a com together. So it's Joe, or just Joe. So Joe, I mean, you raced in Tier 1 for a while, for a fair amount of time, and you've got probably the best opinion to give out to people in terms of quality of some of these drivers. I know a lot of them pretty well as well, but people like, yeah, first of all, go to Kiefer and Zelki. I don't know whether I said that right, or Zelchi, I don't know. But do you know these guys, and what are they like as drivers if you have raced against them?
I've never heard of Zelki, if I'm honest. I probably should do since he's in my same team as me. I've raced against Kiefer once, and he's quick, I can tell you that. But, I mean, a lot of you would have seen the Canada stream, so you know what would happen. I'm not going to leave that in as an opinion. But he can get a bit, like, aggressive, which can make good overtakes, but then incidents can occur. But he's definitely a quick driver.
Well, the guy was in esports, if I remember. Like, he was definitely in esports, wasn't he? Yeah.
He got
Marcel.
P3, I think,
Was
in
it?
one of the races.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty sure. I think it's. No, he must be a pretty good talent. Of course, from what I heard, when he actually joined RGL, this was his first ever league. So he'd never actually competed in a league race before he'd done the semi-finals in London, which is it's quite surprising. But we're here, if you're unaware, at the lovely circuit of Silverstone and the British Grand Prix, and it has treated us to some fantastic races, but now it's treating us to some absolutely god-awful weather. So, yeah, keep that one in mind. The current leaders in the championship, I believe, are Langman and Dominator, but I haven't had confirmation because the website is under maintenance. So I've had no way of actually checking whether that's true or false, but I believe it's Langman and Dominator pretty close to the front, and they will want to do themselves justice out here today. Langman begins his lap in the McLarens. He comes through now into the into turn 3, I believe this is, and now into the curve or the loop of turn 4 before heading back on to I believe this the hangar. No, it's not the hangar straight, is it? It's the other one. I could be right. I don't know. But we're coming down in towards Brooklands now, and he's going to take it into 5th gear. I think he may have backed down, I'm not too sure. No, keeps it on the power. It's in wet conditions, of course. And now throwing it through Woodland, or Woodcote. Woodland? It's not even that, is it? I've made a hash of this already. But Langman is coming through here now, and he's coming down in towards the National Pit Straight and down towards Cops Corner, which in the race could be a slight lift off. In qualifying in the dry, you keep it as flat as you possibly can all the way through there. Now Maggots and Beckett's, this is an absolute crucial part of a lap. This is where you can lose it all if you get it completely wrong, and he's taking it very nicely so far. Your current pole man is Neil Tanner at the moment, or is Arthur Stappen, as he's better known I think now on Twitter. So down then in towards Stowe Corner, and he's going to be looking to take as much of that inside curve as he dares, as well as the outside curve as well. He just went around this silver 1 minute 44.4. I was checking the deltas of the guys, not the actual lap times that they'd set. So he is about 3/10 off Langman at this current moment. There are people as well on laps. Kiefer is on a lap in the Force India. He's coming down now towards Stowe Corner, and a big moment then on the brakes, and he's going to throw that car in close to the apex. Doesn't hold it as much, but then loses a little bit on the exit and dives into the pit lane. So yeah, he's had enough of that. Oh, someone's bumped up the field. That's Maranzano in the Mercedes, who's gone into P4 and 9/10 off of Langman's time. So it is looking very, very promising for Langman. Let's not forget the ULC Championship starts soon, and that will be something of very much promise, I'm sure, because wet conditions, they can throw up at any sort of circuit, and he's managed to do it in the wet here at Silverstone. We've got about 3 minutes to go of this session, and it is Langman from Leopard at the moment. Maranzano is still sat in P4. He looks like he's pushing on a lap, but I could be wrong. He's just trying to float that car through. I think he has backed out. I I'll go back onto him whether he has or not. There are a few cars going out onto their out laps. One Neil Tanner and Dominator as well, who's coming through Maggots Beckett's. And this corner here is unnamed because this is the corner known as Chapel. And then we go onto the Hanger Straight, I believe. I can't remember for the life of me. It really, I've not commentated on a Silverstone race for a while, so it's completely out of my reaches here. But yeah, I think we should go on board with a lap with Dominator. He's within the top 2 in the championship, I believe. I could be wrong. He could be top 3, but he's up there. So let's take a look at this lap then from the Renault as he then heads down in towards the first corner. He's trying to hold that in 7th. He does hold that in 7th very nicely as well. Devout on his right hand side, just keeping out of the way, coming out the pit lane. Down in towards turn 3 we go, and he flicks the car in lovely on the apex there. You're going to want to take a wider approach to really maximise your exit, coming then down on towards this DRS detection point, which of course you won't not have DRS of course because it is wet conditions. Now down in towards Brook, much inside Kerbers, maybe somehow. Some drivers do have different approaches to the way they take this whole section. So it's going to be interesting to see how that fares with Dominator's lap. Neil Tanner is ahead of him at the moment, so he's really curious of that. He's now coming through Cox corner. Boogie has retired and he's only last of the runners, so he will start from the very back of the field. Now, coming through Maggots Beckett, he does fall across through here in the wet, but sometimes the best even in the drive. Now, he takes a lot of entry apex there through Chapel, down again into Stowe, and looking like a pretty clean lap from Dominator, it has to be said, but he's yet to complete it, so everything can go wrong as soon as you hit club corner. Now, down towards his final section, and he's going to go right onto the right, into the chicane, goes throwing the car into the left-hand side, then onto the right. You feel like you're understeer coming up this corner, and then flying, keeping your foot all the way down into the top corner. He goes P3 and 4 tenths a second off of Langman, so pretty good there from the Australian.
Yeah, used it. Turn 3. This run.
Oh, Maranzano, great compared to 800 second off Langman at the moment. I don't think Langman's going to, he may, no, he's misjudged it. So that's it for the pole man for the moment. There is a Leopard to finish. His qualifying is over. Yeah, Dominator. Maybe, yeah, it's either him or Herschel. Maybe someone who could throw a spanner into the works, but Herschel's got wide and Tanner's finished his qualifying in P5. It's a tremendous effort from the Tier 2 ULC candidate or member for RGL. Now coming through Andrew Beckett and Dominator, who looks a lot more brave this time than he did on the previous lap. So this is where he could make up all of his time. He doesn't want to lose on the edge. He tries to keep it. He doesn't want to do that. Oh! The shot. Yeah.
He's not going to improve now.
No, Herschel's gone off as well. It's now down to Kiefer in the Force India, and whether he can really throw anything, which we know, as you said, maybe he is an aggressive driver. He will want an aggressive lap then, here and now, as he heads down in towards the side corner once again. And let's just see how much inside comes. Actually, doesn't really none of it at all. The exit has got a double touch. He has to use it on the exit. It's Kiefer down in towards the final couple of corners, breaking up 100 metres, but throwing the car in once again. Just the understeer you get through here is horrid. Now, through the final corner, will car in the way, get ahead of it. Oh, he does pole position.
That's a great lap.
That is stunning. Oh my word. I did not expect that to even happen, but Kiefer has got himself onto pole position. I'm sure his first ever RGL pole. What's a lap? Should be, because, well...
He's missed out by 3 tenths.
Yeah. So it's Kiefer on pole position in the Force India. Langman will start on the front row alongside him. There's Maranzano starts on the second row alongside Leopard. Then Dominator and Neil Tanner make up row 3. Herschel and Zelchi make up row 4. It's Smythen and Mills on row 5. Devout, Ginger Ninja and Boogie are all at the back, although I don't believe some of those guys really did set an accurate representation of a lap time. But Kiefer, what a lap to put it on pole at Silverstone, ahead of a British driver. So it's there are plenty of nationalities in this league, and a German going on pole here probably wouldn't go too well in real life, but we'll accept it because it was a stunning lap. I don't really remember if they have the formation lap, but we'll do the inaugural. If you're just joining us, hello everyone, and welcome to RGL Season 3 here at Silverstone today. And it's going to be a tremendous race, I'm sure, because I did not expect to get on pole. I knew he was a quick guy because of his esports recognition, but to throw it out of the park like that is a special lap. So I look forward to seeing how he gets on today as well.
Yes, amazing lap by Kiefer. And yeah. I don't really know. No one really saw that coming. Well, we didn't, at least. Thought Langman had it set.
Here we go then, everybody, to the 5 row. It's the formation lap, which I completely forgot about. Jinx. Well, yeah, we can talk about more about that Kiefer lap because, again, just unexpected. Maybe. I mean, you may even take offence that we thought it was unexpected, but in all due respect, I've never seen the guy race properly. So this is again his first league. From what I've been, from what I've heard, what I've seen, what I've been told, apparently this is his first league. So interesting that he can really put in the performance. It does go to show, like, maybe if you're really good offline, then you could be quite a good guy online. Like, maybe the racecraft is something that all the guys who just use career mode need to work on. But at the end of the day, that is a tremendous lap, and I don't think, well, again, no one really expected that. Langman certainly didn't, because he starts in P2 and not somewhere where he thought he may have started. Maranzano starts from P3 on the grid in that Mercedes. Leopard and row 4. His teammate Feisty Ted, I believe, isn't... Well, Feisty Ted, is he teammate? I believe he is. But he isn't here today, so Leopard will make up the points for Toro Rosso. Dominator starts from 5th. Not a bad effort, to be fair, from the Australian, but he has got work to do from there. Neil Tanner does a good lap to put himself in P6, but we'll digress because we need to really talk about strategy as Leopard loses the rear end of the car through Chapel.
Yeah, he spun out a bit odd since we're on the formation lap, but he may have just lost a bit of concentration. Who knows?
Is it a one-stop around this circuit? You can get away with a one-stop, can't you?
It should be a one-stop, yeah. You can definitely do it. It depends. I'm not 100% sure. It depends what tyres they want to do.
Yeah.
What they want to go on.
Kiefer and Langman are starting on the soft, so they should be able to, I think.
Maranzano's
so,
on the supers.
Here we go then, everybody.
He's going to be near...
Yeah, everyone from P2 backwards, I think, is mostly on supers. That's interesting, because they did get a free set of tyres, didn't they? Because, of course, they didn't set a lap on the dry compound tyres. So they have a free choice of what they start this race on. But here we go, everybody, because we're getting ready now for the 5 red lights for the start of the British Grand Prix of Season 3 of RGL. Lights are out and away we go. Kiefer gets a pretty good start off the front row. Watch Langman, he's got a bullet start from the first row. Can he get him on the inside into turn 1? Yes, he'll try, but he won't be able to get in. The Mercedes is trying to push him around. In the background, there's carnage in the background, but one of the other
Renault up the inside.
Oh! Dominator's gone for a dive bomb, and he's smashed out the front 3. Oh my goodness,
taking out Langman.
What was he thinking? Herschel into P2. Maranzano into 3rd, and
no,
Maranzano's lost it as well. Neil Tanner's now into P3. Can he get in there?
Dominator's spun round again.
Good go.
There's collisions everywhere.
Are going for it, absolutely. Dominator's out of the race, I think. Yes, he's completely out, but can Neil Tanner hold him around the outside? Maranzano, no, he cannot. That was an incredible getaway from Langman, but he just got so bogged down by the carnage that ensued down at the loop. Unbelievable scenes then at the start of the British Grand Prix, and probably something we didn't expect, but Langman's on the offensive once again. Actually, is that Langman? No, he's dropping back because he's got no front wing. He's got half a front wing, and there's Zelchi going around the outside of him as well. His teammate Ginger Ninja is all over the back of Devout as well. There's plenty of carnage as well because Neil Tanner is going side by side with Leopard, and Leopard's gone right around the outside of him through Maggots and Beckett's. What a tremendous move from the Toro Rosso. A very, very clean move, and Neil Tanner drops to 5th. He nearly had a brilliant start. But he just couldn't hold on to it because of all the carnage that was ensuing in at the foreground. Maranzano, though, it is Kiefer that gets away first and at the front. And what a start from Kiefer. Has to be said, Herschel as well. What a getaway from the Sauber. getting all the way up into P2, which I'm sure he didn't expect that. And he's into P2 on the soft tyres. Langman then pits then. That was the risk he was taking on those soft tyres, having to pit early. Only on lap 1, and Herschel's losing it on the rear, but he's keeping it all together in the end. And yeah. Joe, your thoughts on the start?
Crazy. Langman just got caught up but on the rear of Kiefer, and he just had to slow down a bit. And then, don't even know what happened. I just see a Renault diving up the inside, who I think made contact with someone else, and then squeezing up. They got squeezed off. It was crazy. But these things happen. It makes it exciting for the viewers. Maybe not what we want to see in terms of clean driving. But anyway, Maranzano's now on the back of Herschel, who's messed up somewhere. Maranzano's 10th right behind him, and Herschel's gone a bit off track there.
This here can be bad around here. There's a car that's dropping back. Look at the background, actually. You want to watch Devout. He's under pressure. It's actually Ginger Ninja at the inside of Neil Tanner through Mags and Beckett's. My
Ginger
goodness
Ninja's
me, they nearly touched through there. Or did they? They did take. They may have touched, and now there's a Renault involved as well.
Ginger Ninja's
Zelchi coming through. Ginger Ninja off then, and now Neil Tanner's under pressure from Zelchi, and Zelchi will go at the inside of him down in towards start corner. Can he get it done on the brakes? He's going to give it a good go. Tanner then drops back, and he's dropped back into P7. It looked like he was going to get an amazing getaway, but it just wasn't going to happen for him because of the number of guys that were coming off at the start.
Maranzano's right behind Herschel again. He might even...
Yeah, Maranzano looks... maybe even looking for a move into 1, but...
Just slightly lift there, which will probably make him not have an opportunity here, but Herschel goes very deep.
Herschel's gone wide. Yeah, now it's a chance for Maranzano around the outside. Can he get this one done? Herschel's keeping the inside line, and they're going to go side by side. Can they go side by side through here? They will. They've got DRS. Who will it be? It'll be Herschel.
Yeah, Herschel's gone into lean now. Just gonna let Maranzano go.
Yeah, Maranzano, sorry, I should have said. But, yeah, watch Leopard behind as well now, because he's going to be looking very racy on the back of the Dutch driver or Canadian driver, whichever one he prefers. Ginger Ninja is right up behind Neil Tanner again, isn't he?
Yeah. He's going to hope he doesn't have a copy of last lap. He's right behind him, and he's got a good run.
Gone a bit wide again. Look at the run Ginger Ninja's got through the inside of Maggotts and Beckett's. He's going to go for it. He's gone around the outside.
Oh no, he's lost it!
Lost it on the rear. Can he hold it? Yes, he will. Oh my goodness me. Oh, he's just keeping. Oh my goodness me. He's going all over the shop now. He doesn't know where he's going.
100% cursed.
Absolute crazy.
ESR Mills is going to have a chance of getting past Ginger Ninja. Up the inside into Stowe.
Into Stowe. He should get this one done. The Merc. No, he's
Ginger
not
Ninja around the inside. Contact! Can he keep it out the wall? Yes, they can.
Me.
Mills goes in the pits. I think he might have got damage.
Dominating out the inside. Oh, he's... Sure. Goodness me. Ginger Ninja's having a funny 5 minutes, I think.
Dominator up the inside at last corner. Oh, and he's lost nearly in the wall. Slight contact with Ginger Ninja's rear tyre, and he's nearly ruined his race.
Yeah, Neil Tanner and ESR Mills have both stopped. Neil Tanner's getting a front wing change.
Leopard's got past Herschel somewhere.
Yeah, he got past him, I think, in the final sector. I saw that. I didn't see it happening, but yeah, it did happen. So Herschel drops back to 4th and Season 1 champion. Well, ever since then.
Langman's on the back of Fry Boogie.
Yeah, Boogie.
Both on the mediums.
Oh, yeah. They will be going as long as they possibly can. I know Boogie's quite good on his tyres. I remember from Hungary last season in RGL in Season 2.
Langman's
what a tremendous job. That was Langman looking up the inside.
He's too far back.
Yeah. He was thinking about it. It was a good effort if you get it all done, but it's not quite enough for him. Devout is closing in as well on Herschel, but we'll keep an eye on this battle for P11 between Langman and Fry Boogie. And Boogie is, he knows what he's doing. He's a wise old fox, this one. He knows what he's supposed to do and where he's supposed to position his car. And Langman, I think he will know that. I think Boogie needs to deserve a lot more respect than perhaps he gets in this league, because he does do a very good job. Maranzano, meanwhile, has gone fastest of all and done a 30.8, I think that was. And he really is on it now, because Kiefer's lead is reducing at a fast rate. Let's see if Langman can get Boogie down in towards Stowe. He looks a bit far back to me, but I mean, it could all change once he hits the straight. And he's going to have that DRS, and the McLaren
gaining.
has got Mills behind him as well. He should be able to get this move done. Down in towards Stowe. They go very late. No.
But Boogie's going to go wide, and Langman's going to get a good run. Boogie off the track. Will he go up the inside here? He's going to go for it.
Oof.
Not quite.
Boogie's giving him all the space in the world.
Up the inside into the last corner. Side by side. Boogie's going to just about hold it. But if Langman's smart, he
really
won't
well
go
there,
to...
Boogie. Oh,
Mills.
look at this! Mills around the outside!
That's an amazing move
from the Mercedes! Oh my goodness me! I must have caught him off guard. That was... I'm nearly speechless. That's unbelievable. How the hell did he get around the outside in there?
Now Mills is looking on the back of Boogie. And Langman hasn't really got a chance to get past him here. Will he go for it? Up the inside? No, he's thinking about it.
Goodness me. We'll have to go on board with Devout soon, but this is tremendous little scrap for P11. Langman got mugged off badly from Mills there. I did not expect him to get... It was just a spatial awareness. I just didn't think he saw him coming, and it did. And through Cop's corner,
he's gone wide.
Comes Mills.
They've all gone wide there.
He's got a good run, actually. So probably Langman has lost out more than anyone else, but now Boogie is going to have to get a good run through Chapel to really maximise. Oh, look at how Mills... Yeah, going earlier on the brakes, now down into
the dirty air. You just can't stay.
Yeah, is there something up with this car? I don't know, because it doesn't seem like he's actually that quick in a straight line. He doesn't look... There's that momentum. He should have been able to...
Mills is all over the back of Boogie. He's going to the inside. Is he going to keep this move? Boogie's held it so far. He's going to try and go around the outside.
He's going to try it again, isn't it? Oh, surely not again. He's going to go for it, isn't he? Mills then into turn one. Will he go around the outside? No, he'll think about it, but he's not quite close enough. And look at Langman with the momentum coming in behind.
Langman up the inside of Mills.
3 wide. Oh, he's going to get his move done. Langman going to gold it. He's going.
Oh, Mills up the inside of Boogie.
Look at Mills up the inside.
Langman's going to get them both.
Langman's going to make it 3 abreast.
Oh, this is not going to end well.
Contact. Oh, goodness me.
I've
it was
cursed
always
it
going to end in tears. Always going to end in tears, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was nothing either of them could have done, and Mills has lost it with grass in his tyres.
Yeah, he's gone.
It's just
unbelievable.
Not enough. One of them would have had to back out, and none of them did. Just one of those incidents. You're always going to get them in racing.
For Kiefer in the lead now is 5 seconds, albeit 4.9, but it is in a sense
it's now 5 seconds.
Yeah,
the supers are going to be
massive.
They're going to be quite warm by now, so the softs probably were the better tyre to go on for the race. But Devout is still over Herschel, and Zelke, I think that's his name, is catching Devout at a pretty decent rate, to be fair.
Yeah, he is in that Renault. He's doing a good job trying to get them all the points they can. It's Ollie Bob or Smythe behind. And we'll now see whether Devout can really begin to close on the Sauber, these two. You don't really see too much of the two. He's gone a bit wide through Cop's corner. Yeah, not going to help him at all, but Kiefer really is getting away at the front. We're on lap 7 of 26. Kiefer leads from Maranzano, Leopard from Herschel. Devout and Zelke is your top 6. Smythe and Dominator make up the top 8, with Ginger and Neil Tanner making the top 10 there. So yes, it's not looking good for all the guys that are competing for RGL and ULC, to be completely honest with you, but I'm sure it will get past pretty well. Zelke is all over the back now of Devout. This is going to be interesting. A battle for P5 is on the cards then at Silverstone. Let's just see just how close these guys will get to each other. Into turn 1 we go. Devout's going to not have the momentum. The dirty air's going to... maybe up the inside. Yes, he will. Zelke up the inside. Devout trying to cut him off, and look, he's
Devout's still there.
Stick, I think.
Zelke will get good traction. Oh, oversteer.
Give it a good go.
He's still there.
Devout.
Oh,
yeah, he's got banging wheels like PK and was Mansell and Senna, really, wasn't it? And down now in towards Brooklands, and Zelke's gone all the way around the out.
They're still there.
Ambitious move. Oh, he's actually got it done.
Yeah, Devout he didn't have the grip overall to keep up the inside. The supers are going off, and you could see that when Zelke was right behind him. Devout was just losing the rear end everywhere, which isn't going to help his
I mean, you consider. I think you've got to watch the second and third. Maranzano's on super soft tyres. You've got Leopard behind on the softs. This is where you'll begin to see Leopard reeling that Mercedes in. Maybe not massively, but we'll begin to reel him in. As Devout is within DRS, and it's not going to be close enough because DRS is utterly pathetic on this game. When it's within higher than a half a second, you've got no chance. So onto the brakes. It's nothing really happening so far. It's all a case of this strategic decisions now, I should say, between all these guys. Leopard is it's the gap between him and Maranzano is remaining pretty constant, but I'm pretty sure the pit window would open around this sort of lap. It's around lap 9 to about lap 11 or 12, I believe. So yeah, you've got a quite good pit window there. So we'll find out what these guys decide to do. Yeah, Zelke is now beginning to close up once again on the back of Herschel, as Devout is now losing it all in the Ferrari. He looked like he was going to be able to challenge Herschel. Doesn't look like that anymore. Zelke is properly closing on Herschel here in the Renault, and the Sauber going neck and side by side nearly, and he's gone so wide as Herschel.
Really a good exit though, so Zelke will have to wait. Frustratingly, a couple more corners to have a chance of getting past the Sauber, but looking good for Zelke. He's got quite good pace. I've never really seen him race before, so quite good for him.
Absolutely, through Maggots and Beckett's we go again. It's the exit through Chapel that really can slingshot your way down to Stowe. So here we go then through Chapel, and they've both got a pretty DRS now. He's within 0.3 of a second. He's not going to be close enough to make a move on the inside through Stowe, but it may line him up into the final few corners. Here we go. The guy's very, very wide, and Maranzano's made a pit stop now, so he's into the pits, but Herschel and Zelke are running riot on track. They're very close to one another, and this is the battle for P4 in this race. Herschel managing to get from where he started, and a pretty good effort as well from Herschel, who started P7. He's into P4, so I'm sure he'd take that at the start of this race. Smythson is now up into P6. Maranzano's dropping back, but Zelke is getting closer and closer, and so close he touched the back of Herschel. So
a good exit
no
here.
damage, thankfully.
He's looking pretty close.
Yeah, DRS, he should be through.
He's going to have a look up the inside, is he? Herschel going to defend? No, he doesn't. Up the inside.
Up the inside,
very
easy
late
move. Herschel's going to try and fight it back again, but it's not going to be enough for Herschel, and he drops to 4th place. Now this into question marks for Herschel, because does he come in a lap early if he feels like he's probably losing time? Does he now stick behind Zelke and make sure that he or just gives him question marks as to his pace?
He's still there.
There's a lot to consider. Yeah, he's not going away, is he? Through Maggots and Beckett's. Herschel, I don't like the way that he set that rear end up on that car, because it looks so loose on the rear, that Sauber. So down in towards Stowe we go again. Zelke will cover the inside line. It may be like Verstappen and Vettel of the 2017 race, but it's not going to be that ballsy from Herschel, who backs out of it, and Zelke out. Yeah, that car really doesn't look set up brilliantly, if I was going to be honest.
Pretty much everywhere, and then he's also understeering,
yeah.
So there's an imbalance somewhere.
Yeah. I'm not sure where it is though, it's just whether he's... Yeah, so he is a super soft runner, so it explains why he lost so much time to those guys. Dominator in as well. Maranzano jumps him, but in comes Dominator into the pits. Devout is making a pit stop. He's already coming out of the pit lane now, and it's such an arduous wait when you're coming down this pit lane. It takes so long to get to the end because it's a 37-mile-an-hour speed limit, I'm pretty sure. So it's a ridiculous pace because it's so unnecessary around this circuit. But Devout rejoins in P7 for now. But a good drive at the moment from the Ferrari. Looks like he's got some pace in the prancing horse. So there is still question marks. Let's just see how he gets on with the due course of this race still to go. There is still plenty of laps to sort things out. He's what, 15 laps to go in this Grand Prix, and it's doing well for himself. P7 at the moment, but you've got to consider likes of Smyson, Herschel, Zelchi, Leopard and Kiefer even have all going to make their pit stops yet. So it's whether how much he can now close in on those guys so he can get within a sort of pit stop window so he can potentially jump those guys that were ahead of him. It's going to be interesting. Let's find out within the next few laps. But yeah, probably check penalties as well. I'll have a look.
Being on board with Kiefer, he's driving pretty much inch perfect. He's doing everything he needs to do, using all parts of the track he should be, and not really making any mistakes, which is shown by the 10-second gap he has to Leopard. So yeah, he's doing everything he needs to right now. It looks pretty comfortable for him, so yeah, gonna vice up when Maranzano, who's just at the fastest lap of the race, how close he'll be after the pit stops.
What isn't going to help Leopard though is that he's got a penalty. A 3-second, a time penalty has Leopard, so not helpful there. There are a few others with penalties, likes of, I think Devat actually, you got to stop go his speeding in pit lane potentially. I'm not sure. Maranzano doesn't have any warning, or doesn't have anything. He's doing such a clean race. Same with Kiefer, nothing to his name. Smyton has a penalty as well. Herschel had 2 warnings, so he is a warning away from the penalty. But everyone else seems pretty understandable, I think. I think, to be fair, Langman actually got a penalty on the opening lap of the race.
Kiefer's in.
But I really cannot...
That's very early.
Let's take a look.
That's very early. He has to be going on
maybe
mediums then, because he cannot do 14 laps on supers.
Yeah. Maybe where it all goes wrong then for Kiefer in the Force India, but we'll wait and see. Mills gets a 3-second time penalty for Mod. Cutton's the race leader of Kiefer, and it's the first time that he won't have led a lap this race, so probably not something you'll want to see. But there is an incident down at sector 2 and 3, and that has been cleared up pretty quickly. So, oh no, it's a Mercedes. It's Mills. It's Mills.
Oh yeah.
Down at the final few corners. If he's not careful, he's going to be crashing into. Oh my goodness me! I wouldn't want to be that Renault that's coming through. That's Zelki, isn't it? No, he isn't. No, it's not.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, good.
Man. Very. Boy, bit of an issue there.
Yeah,
Herschel is
then
sliding around every. Oh my god, he's sliding everywhere. That car is just. There's something wrong. There's something to do with the setup. He's probably not running either too high ballast and not enough front wing, or like something else.
Maybe, maybe the roll bars. I'm not too sure. Suspension, sorry, not roll bars. But yeah, well, to be fair, it could be. Let's just find out. Let's just see how he. It doesn't look great at all, does it? It does look like he's on much lower wings, so he has a chance in the straights. But that really has meant that he's compromised so badly through corners. And on a circuit like Silverstone, it isn't a bad thing to have not a lot of downforce, but it's not ideal by any means, because the corners you do take are bloody quick corners. Maggots, Beckett's, Cops, you know, they're very famous names for corners, and he is keeping his gap honest with Zelki, isn't he? It's remained at about a second at the moment, so there is still time for him. Kiefer is closing up onto Smyson, and we'll see how that all pans out for him on his quest to become a potential race winner in RGL. It looks like he's doing a pretty stellar job so far. I'm going to touch wood because it's been such a good drive. I don't want to jinx it. But yeah, he's doing a great job at the moment. Herschel is now within a second, or there's a 1.0 now 1.1. He is closing in on that Renault. So so the super softs, would they go to the end?
Oh, Herschel! Oh,
Herschel's lost it! Oh, through Cops, my goodness.
How has he kept that going?
Could have gone. Yeah, he is properly Timo Mäkinen. It. He really has. He's just gone so sideways. Look at actually Zelki cutting across Chapel there. So problems may be looming for these guys in second and third, which could help the likes of Devout out in this race. There is still time for him because his pit lane is so long. Will they come in? No, they won't. They stay out. Will Herschel. So we're thinking about lap 15, lap 16. That's got to be the sort of pit that.
If I was Herschel, I'd try go for the undercut this lap, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe next lap, since he hasn't got the all-round pace to get close to Zelke at the moment. But if he goes for the undercut, those supers are going to be at least 1 second quicker than these softs.
Kiefer, meanwhile, he was 4 seconds behind Ollie Bobble Smythen when he came out of the pits. He's now 1.7 seconds behind him. He is showing immense pace. That is ridiculously quick from the German. And we will see just how quickly he can reel in this Toro Rosso that is of Ollie Bob. So we'll keep an eye out on that for the next couple of laps. Of course, that's probably the closest fight on the whole circuit, and you feel that this move is going to get done. It could even get done into Stowe. You look at the gap now when you ride on board.
1 second.
And it looks like a pretty big gap. But he's closing in so quickly that this is going to just happen.
He's got 8 or 9 tenths this lap already.
Yeah.
He's
now
gained,
7 tenths, 6 tenths.
Nearly half a second.
It's dropping like
one
flies.
Corner. That's crazy.
It's crazy. Through then comes Kiefer. Can he get a move done on the Toro Rosso down into Stowe? He's closing and closing and closing some more. He's nearly made 2 seconds up within the space of a lap. Leopard makes his pit stop. It's not
very wide
for Kiefer coming through Stowe corner. But he's going to be pretty close. Yes, he is through in now club corner. Let's see then. Herschel doesn't come in again, so he's risking it, taking those tyres longer. Kiefer then.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a move into turn 3 from Kiefer. But he's going to...
Yeah.
There's no point going for it, actually. He's got the gap to...
Good racecraft. Yeah, not going for those ballsy moves when he knows he doesn't need to, because Smythen hasn't stopped yet. Let's just see then if Kiefer can make this move stick then. Down in towards Brooklands we go. The Toro Rosso is holding the inside line. Oh my goodness, he has to make contact with the Force India there. But they're going to go side by side once again. Can he hold the inside? Yes, he can. And Kiefer gets himself into P3. But Ollie Bob there damn well nearly took him out, which will be questioned, I'm sure. Will he go for anything into Cops? No, he's not got the grip. Look at the grip on that Force India. It is unbelievable. He's just sticking to the road like glue. It's unbelievable. It's Gorilla Glue he's using on those Pirelli tyres. It really is. You just don't put a foot wrong. Or it's like driving a Scale Electrics car at about half speed, if you get me. Just, it's always going to stick wherever you want it to if you put it in a straight line. So let's just see for any other gaps emerging. But there you go. Herschel and Zelke both come in at the same time. But look at the gap they have. It's not much at all. Kiefer's come through. He's already going to take the lead of the race. Maranzano is back into P4. And Zelke, this is going to be interesting. Let's watch his pit stop for all these guys, because Smythen's in as well, I believe, in the Toro Rosso. No, he isn't. Oh, he is in the pits as well. But does he come out? Yes, he does. Zelke does come out ahead of Herschel then. What about Devout? Is he going to be close? Yes, he will. He may be very, very close here. Zelke's coming through the final corner. Devout may have jumped them here. He has jumped them. He's jumped the pair of them. And Devout at 5 is into, Devout is into P3. What an effort.
He's jumped Leopard as well.
I said he could have jumped them. Yeah. I said he jumped them.
Now Zelke's all behind Leopard. What's happened to Leopard? Did he ever stop go or something? Because he had a pretty big gap to Zelke, at least 5 seconds. And now it's 1 second.
This could be a real scrap on for the podium then. It's not over in this British Grand Prix. We've got 9 laps to go, but don't go anywhere, because there is a battle for 3 emerging. Devout, actually, you've got to compete early, to be fair. He was on super soft tyres. He's gone onto those softs. He really is playing a gamble on those soft tyres. Leopard will close up like an absolute... it's going to be like a bulldozer now coming at Devout. So let's just see. Well, Devout will just have to try and hold this as much as he can. As long as he holds it, it's going to give Zelke a chance, and even Herschel a chance. Let's just see then. Leopard then down in towards Stowe corner. Devout moves well out of his way. In fact, he doesn't even put up a challenge. He knows he's not quick enough, does Devout. And he drops to P4. So he jumped them, but he just hasn't got the pace on those soft tyres. He's got to make these last. And he cannot do that if he's going to be pushing for the remainder of the race. And the first retirement has ensued. It comes in the form of ESR Mills, who was doing donuts and everything when we last saw him. But there you go. The statement of intent from Leopard goes fastest of all with a 29.2. This is going to be close at the end then. Zelke is now within a second of Devout in P4. So there is still still a good effort then from Zelke in the Renault. He's got everything to go for. So let's see if he can get a move done, potentially down in towards, towards it's Brooklands corner now. He won't be able to. But at this current moment, judging off flags alone, we won't have a British driver in the top 3 of the British Grand Prix. That is, yeah.
That's not right.
That's quite weird.
Yeah.
No, to be fair, every league I've ever seen, you have a British driver on the podium. Like, there's no question. That always is, because it's such a big, like, in community terms, Britain is quite a big community, like, in terms of number of people they have in this community. So, it's surprising.
Devout cuts the corner hugely.
Yeah.
And Zelke's going to get an amazing run in.
He's going to get a run through Chapel.
He's got past him before DRS.
Yeah, bread and butter for Zelke. And to P4. He is riding Britain's hopes of a podium at the British Grand Prix then. So let's just see whether he'll be able to do so. Because at the moment we've got a German, a Dutchman and another German on the podium. So I'm sure fair play to them. But we've got so many British drivers, I'm surprised not one of them's got onto the damn thing. It's kind of frustrating in a way. But Langman down in 10th. He's 13 seconds behind his rival Dominator in the championship. Dominator of recent races, whenever I've seen him in this league, he seems to have struggled and not something that he'll be proud of. Devout is keeping the gap though, isn't he? Zelke, it's still doable. It's 0.5 of a second. He's not going to have the grip though. Look at him short shifting. That's a sign. That's a sign that he hasn't got much tyres left already, and we've got 7 laps to go. If I were him, I don't know what I'd do. Would you go and bolt on a set of super softs and just go for the fastest lap? Because it doesn't look like he's got an awful lot left in these tyres.
He can't do that because that will drop him down to about P8, P9. And that risks him getting another like incident in an incident or whatever. And Herschel's now all over him. Look how much Herschel just gained out of Cops. He gained about 3 or 4 tenths just out on the exit. He could carry so much more speed. And Herschel's right over
here
Devout
comes Herschel. He's going to get this move done well before Stowe. It should be done before Stowe at least. Anyway, Herschel to the outside, Devout to the inside. I'm pretty sure, yeah, indeed he does. Herschel moves himself into 5th place, but runs Herschel so wide coming through Stowe.
Literally
really
went to
no need
Narnia.
for it, but yeah. Oh, that's strange. Herschel is now within a second of Zelke, so that battle is arising again. It's 2 seconds between Zelke and Leopard, so there is still a window, an opportunity, but he really does need to go for it now. I think Leopard does have a penalty. I do believe Zelke has one as well. A penalty for so, and Zelke also has a penalty as well. So yeah,
another possible battle will be it's going to be between Dominator and Neil Tanner. Dominator's caught him, a bit of a timing glitch there, but he's catching Neil quite quickly on those soft compound tyres, so that's a battle to await us. He loses the back end horrifically on that corner. That's not going to do his rear tyres any favours. And Smithson gets a 3-second time penalty. Not going to help
Smithson
him.
or Smithson? I call him Smithson the whole race, I don't know.
I think it's Smithson, I'm not really sure.
No. I think Smithson just sounds better. No, Herschel is losing the back end like a McGee through Maggots and Beckett's again, so he's within 0.8 of a second. He's got a shot, but it's going to be close now. And there's an Langman out. He's gone out. Championship leader out of the race. Unbelievable. And not a good day in the office for the McLaren. Far from it. There you go, of the British Grand Prix, and that's one more hope out of the window. The gap between the top two is 4.1 seconds. Again, it's doable, but very unrealistic, isn't it? It's not going to happen, I don't think, for Maranzano today, but it may well happen for Zelke, who is closing him in here. There's only 1.7 seconds between them. The podium battle, as I said in the previous parts of this race, is still going on. If you're watching and you're in the chat, I know this is Joe's channel, but give us a comment, give us what your thoughts are, your driver of the day, potentially as well, because at the moment it does seem like that there is that sort of aroma around the place that's just feel that I don't really know who I'd give my driver of the day. I mean, Kiefer's done a pretty special effort from the front, but I've got to give as much credit as I do for Zelke as well, because he's managed to come through the field and he's done a tremendous job there. Devout as well, head and shoulders above some people today, and probably surprised him. If he gets a puncture now, it will be gutting for him, but let's hope for the sake of his race that he doesn't get one with 4 laps to go.
That would be a shame indeed. I think my driver of the day has to go to so far Zelke. He's made up a decent amount of positions from where he started, and he's just been surprising nonetheless. I didn't expect him to have the pace he did, if I'm honest, but he's showing really good pace, and if he can get on the podium, that will be pretty good for him. I'll
Herschel can still finish on the podium as well. I think any of these guys can still do it. It's not over
check
yet.
The race director. Leopard has a penalty, doesn't he? He does.
Yeah, Leopard has a penalty, Zelke has a penalty, Herschel has a penalty.
That evens it all.
So it's all even Stevens. Yeah.
Devout hasn't got a penalty, so if he stays close enough, I don't think he will be.
Yeah.
I don't think he can.
Or if these guys go into any sort of carnage, Zelke is closing, isn't he? And then Ginger Ninja gets himself a 3-second time penalty.
Dominator
which is rude.
is now
is awful,
on the back of
day.
Neil Tanner. So that's one to watch. I think the main battles between the fight for the podium. Zelke going very wide there.
Zelke and her. Yeah. I'll keep an eye on Dominator. To be fair, he is closing a lot on Neil Tanner, but yeah, the battle for P3 is probably more important at this stage of the race. I'd just concentrate on that if I were you. Yeah, we're on lap 23, or we're approaching lap 23. Kiefer is beginning lap 23 now, so you've got 3 to go in this British Grand Prix. The podium, if you recall, back in, I think it was Canada, where you had like a properly manic finish to the race. I can't remember it straight off the top of my head, but it was like... Oh, did you finish?
No.
No, you didn't, did you? Did you finish? No. No, okay. Oh, that's why he doesn't want to talk about it then.
Yeah.
But... yeah, 0.6 of a second now, Zelke to the back of Leopard. It looks like it... He could well, sorry. Looks like he genuinely has got the pace at the minute to really match him and even take the podium off him beneath his graph. So
Herschel seems
the British driver, yeah, those guys. You know, to be fair, he may be playing devil's advocate here, Herschel, because these two make a mistake or they get in contact, he's well in. I think it was first, I can't remember the last time that he stood on the podium. Was on the podium, but it was a long time ago. Zelke then is right over the back of Leopard once again, but he's losing it through Cop's corner
Dominator
once
looking
again.
for a move.
Now,
he's very close to Neil Tanner.
Oh yeah, he's pushing through. I'm going to keep an eye on that P4 battle because it looks like it's going to heart up even more down in towards Stowe. I think it's not going to be close enough just yet, but there is still that opening, that opportunity. Herschel will want to close in with the laps to go. I wonder what fuel he's actually using right now, Herschel. That's interesting.
Herschel's
he's not got a lot of fuel. Yeah.
Zelke's got a lot of fuel, and Leopard has got a bit, but not a lot. So he needs to be careful with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's Zelke's to lose, really, isn't it? He can go for this because he's got enough fuel in the tank. He goes back to lean, and yeah, it's nice that we have this little graphic to tell us how much fuel they've got left. Of course, you have it when you're driving, but you don't have it. We never used to have it on the.
He's quite close here. He could go for a move.
And look at Leopard. Yeah, look at him trying to go for it. He may even up the inside in towards Brooklands. He's not going to be close enough, but Leopard's run a bit wide there. Can he potentially getting on the switch back through now. I'm not sure whether he's going to be able to do so. All this is going to be close. Can Leopard hold on then for his podium in the British Grand Prix, or will he be withdrawn by Zelke, who's getting ever closer, and the dirty air will not help him through Cop's corner whatsoever. Through Maggots and Beckett's we go again, and
right behind him.
He really is. Yeah, I'd be surprised if he doesn't get this move done.
He's gone quite wide though.
Let's just keep.
He's had the best of exits, so it's going to be interesting to get past. I don't think he's going to get it here.
No, it's just a little too much to ask at this moment. I just can't quite do it. It's so annoying. But into the final section now. We're on lap 25 of 26. So there is only. Yeah, he's got to do it this lap. Surely you can't do it on the final lap. I mean, unless he wants to go for lights, camera, action. But he just needs to get this move done. Then Leopard is now on the defensive. It's even through the loop. He's going to look at how much speed he can carry through there. Here we go then. I think it's going to be curtains for Leopard. He's going to lose the podium position then. Zelke's trying to go all the way around the outside of him. Into Brooklands we go. Can he hold him? Oh, he's not going to be able to quite do it. No, not quite. He's just sitting back. Can he get him on the switchback? If he can get a good drive through here, my goodness, he's in with a chance through Cop's corner. And he's actually within a shot through Cops. This could be brave. He's going for it. On the outside, can he get him all the way around the outside through Cops? No, he doesn't.
Leopard's got a time penalty for that.
Leopard, yeah.
And that's it.
That's it. That's race decided.
Now Herschel, if he can...
I won't know that,
Herschel's
of course,
catching up again.
Yeah.
Zelke goes very wide there.
There's the fuel then for Herschel. He's got some of it. Not a lot, but now can Zelke get this move sealed? Inside sealed and delivered through.
He goes for it!
Yes, up the inside. Oh my god! That's late. Can he hold it? Oh, they need a contact. He's going to be able to hold it on the inside, though. Yes, he will Leopard. And
he won't know that he's got a
keeps his
penalty.
third place for now, but yeah,
he won't know that.
He doesn't know that, but now got to watch Herschel. Watch on board with her. Oh my goodness me, they're moving all over the place down in towards the final lap then. And through turn one, my goodness me, this could end so wrong if they get anything wrong. Will he throw one up the inside? No, he won't. Leopard locks up an absolute treat through there. Can he get him around the outside into the loop? He's going to give it a good go. He's going to squeeze him out. I don't know how much that's going to pay dividends for him. There's a McLaren in the background. That's Ginger Ninja, I should say. Now Herschel is on this as well. Can Zelke get him around the outside into Brooklands? He's going to go for it again around the outside. Can he get it done? He's squeezing him out again. Can he just hold it?
Zelke's got a time penalty.
He's got a penalty. It's Herschel's for the podium now.
This is Herschel's
to make a contact. Oh, goodness me. I think Herschel should be able to get this if he, if he's wise now. He just, yeah, it's all about. He just can't get. Oh, if he gets a warning, no, he doesn't. Oh, thank goodness. So now then, final few corners of this British Grand Prix, and it's ended in dramatic fashion for the podium. Kiefer will come
through gone off
to win. Oh, yeah, he has, and that's going to cost him, but Herschel's not entirely fast himself. Kiefer, who takes his first ever RGL win. Maranzano's going to finish second. But the podium, if I'm not very much mistaken, should go to Herschel via any... Through the final few corners then, Leopard finishes third on track. Oh, if keeps it all together, that is, and... Oh, he doesn't!
He doesn't get
Leopard
it.
on the podium. How was that?
How has that happened?
Maybe he had a penalty. Maybe we just didn't see it.
Maybe.
Wait, what?
On the board
That doesn't make any sense.
He's got 2 penalties.
But yeah, Herschel only has 1.
What was the gap? It was a 1 second gap, so... Oh my god. What type of penalty was it, though? That's the real question.
I think it's multiple warnings.
It could have been... Do they show stop goes as penalties if you get warnings on the same lap or whatever?
Yeah, but it doesn't... Yeah, they should... They do, I think, yeah.
Zelke's got 2, Herschel's got 1, Leopard's got 2. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll probably have to just go with Leopard until we get confirmation. But
Does Leopard have a mic?
if he doesn't join, then yeah, I mean, if he doesn't, then well, I mean, we'll invite 3 of them. We'll invite the 3 of them. It's a daunting sight, isn't it, for British drivers there, because a German, a Dutchman, and another German has finished on the podium. If they didn't, it would have been a German, a Dutchman, and a Dutchman. So yeah, there's not to really deliberate after that race, because the podium, that's quite crucial, to be fair. Needs sorting out. But your race winner is Kiefer, then from Maranzano, and then Leopard, and I'll get these guys in if they'll happily join me.
I know what's happened there. What's happened? I believe Leopard's got a stop-go on the first lap, or something like that, which will explain why he was 1 second behind. Well, Zelke was 1 second behind after the pit stops, and it said that as a penalty, and it's added 5 seconds. So I believe on Leopard's screen he'll be down in 5th, but for us the game's glitched, so he says he's in 3rd. So I'm not really sure. So I think Leopard's got it. It's just the game's been a bit weird. But
yeah. Okay.
Not really sure.
No, it's it is quite weird, isn't it? We'll try and get. Oh yeah, he has joined Keith. I want to hope so. I've said that right. But yeah, we'll go. Oh look, he's even added me as a friend. I'll take it as a compliment. Cheers, Leopard. We'll go to Kiefer first, or is it Kiefer or Kiefer?
Oh, Kiefer.
Kiefer, right, brilliant. Okay, thank you very much. Well, that was a pretty stellar drive from you today. You didn't really put a foot on the entire race.
Thank you a lot.
What was it like out there? Did you feel under pressure at any point? And this is your first RGL win, so you've got to be feeling quite good about yourself. Is it your first league racing win? Because I've heard you didn't do league racing beforehand.
Yeah, it was my second race in a league, and so yes, I'm quite happy with the results. Yeah, but I don't know what to say. I never was in such a position, but I think Great Britain is one of my strongest tracks in the game. In London, in the semi-finals, I also managed to get from P10 to P3 in half a lap. Missed the finals just close. But yeah, so the pressure was high from Maranzano, sorry, because he had a different tire strategy, but it worked out quite well, and my lap times were in the end just 5 to 6 tenths of the super soft lap times. So yeah.
Yeah, well, congratulations. Secondly, we've got a lot more races to go yet this season. I mean, I'm not saying you'll mount a title challenge, but the guys that are, would you feel that you're going to get in between those guys, really take the fight to them, and sort of just play almost a devil's advocate role, really screw them over sort of thing?
I would love to. I mean, the competition is great. The drivers are pretty big, and also Maranzano was in the qualifications in Japan and also in Monza for the esports thing. Extremely fast, and I noticed him from there, so I knew it's going to be tough if he's in my rear. And yes, so I'm looking forward to this. I might be a challenger, but I can't just tell how the future's looking, so
yeah. Well,
just be patient, mate. And
yeah. Well,
thank you a lot.
Congratulations. Yeah, that's absolutely fine, mate. That's fine. You drove your race. You done brilliantly. So you deserve the plaudits. Moving on to Maranzano in second place. I think the start was probably the place where it nearly went all wrong, but
it did go all wrong. To be honest,
it did go all wrong, right? Yeah. Okay. What did you get from the start? What was it sort of like on your perspective?
It looked like just an amateurish move from I think it was dominated, but I don't know, I think you had a better view on the stream.
Yeah.
From my perspective, it looked like he just completely rear-ended Langman, if I'm correct. And I had to drive around it, and I got stuck behind Herschel, and I lost like 6 seconds, so yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, did it look as bad on the stream as it did from my perspective?
Mate, it looked, if I'm going to be blunt, it looked bloody awful. It was... it was dive bomb of the century. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, it was pretty reckless. That's my opinion. I mean, people will probably quote me on it, but yeah, I mean, you finished P2 today behind a guy who is very quick around here. So, I mean, do you feel like if you didn't have that incident at the start, this race would have been a lot more close than what it actually was in the end?
I mean, well, first of all, congratulations to him. I think he was just a quicker driver today. But I mean, I lost like 5-6 seconds, so it would have been much closer throughout the race. But all in all, I think he had a little bit more pace today, to be fair.
Well, we can only congratulate you on second place, but it was a slightly annoying start, I take it. Move on to third place, Leopard or Leopard or whatever you get called. I don't really know why, but we'll go with it. So you finished P3 today, and again, you had a pretty entertaining race. To be fair, you seem to be fighting very much at the end with it was, oh goodness me. Joe, help me out here, mate. Who was it?
I think it was Zelchi, I think that's how you
That's
pronounce
the
it.
one. Yes, that's right. Yeah. So you had a pretty intense battle with them at the end there. So, how was it? You know, the penalties, I guess, kind of worked in your favour in the end. But how's the race on your part?
It was alright. I felt like I might be able to challenge for the win, 'cause I also, like Arizona, I got caught up in all that mayhem at the start. And also got a 5-second stop go for an illegal overtake on Dominator. No clue why, but yeah, that happened, and I got another penalty with like 2 laps to go. But yeah, it was quite fun battling them at the end. It was quite a boring race for me from before then, so it's quite nice to actually battle some drivers, have some fun. But yeah,
It's always a good,
it's a fun
always
race.
a good place to be. I can't help but notice. I don't believe I've ever spoken to you before. Whole race, I'm calling you a German. So yeah, because to me, are you actually German? 'Cause it
Yes
just
and no.
definitely doesn't.
Yes and no.
Yeah, okay, right. Because it definitely didn't sound it when you said something. No offense, I just didn't like.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Anyway, of course you're doing pretty well. I'm pretty sure in the championship you're doing wonders. Good, pardon me. But yeah, what do you think you can bring to the table on the second half of this season? Because there's still, as we said, there's still a lot of races to go yet. So do you feel like you're going to be able to challenge for the wins more really? Because likes of Langman and Dominator at the moment are really having not a great spell. So you think you can really maximise on that?
Hopefully, I hope to be at the front, gaining points for them. Kiefer is obviously going to be challenging us all the way, hopefully, and I hope to try and mount a title challenge as well. I mean, I've only just turned off my racing line, so we'll see how that's going to pan out, but it's only going to get better. Well, that's the theory anyway. But yeah, I'm hoping to mount our challenge in the second half of the season, gain some more points on them too. I just capitalise on all mistakes, but I will admit all my strong tracks are slowly running out. So.
Oh, well, that's a shame. There's probably better words that I could have used there, but because we're keeping it PG, it's a shame. But yeah, your top 3 for this race then. So it's a tremendous win from Kiefer and from Arizona, from Leopard, and Joe. Unless you've got any more questions, I'll do the round off if you don't mind.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
Got a few cheeky.
Congratulations to everyone.
Right, okay.
That's it, really.
In which case, I've got a very cheeky plug to bring to you. Watch out on Twitter, because very soon we know the Alloy TV is becoming of essence. You will want to watch that in about 3 weeks. In about 3 weeks' time. So yeah. Also watch us for AOR tomorrow as well. I'm there. Joe's racing. Don't bin it. But yeah, we'll see you later. Bye bye for now, guys.
And
To the
now?
commentators, thank you. I saw the last race, the whole stream, and apologize to Joe again. I'm really sorry about that corner. But you were doing such an amazing job. Keep doing this. I love the entertaining and your entertaining style. So keep doing this. It's amazing.
You know what? This guy deserves all the credit he gets because that is. I appreciate that a lot because it
Awesome.
wasn't even me commentating, but for
Yeah, I
that
think
was cheek mask.
you need to mention this because
Fucking hell,
many
guys.
people don't do
Yeah.
it. And
No, you're
So-
right. You're absolutely right. You don't get a lot. I'm quite a popular figure around these parts. You'll get to find it. Not
yeah,
really
just
bragging,
a
though.
little shout out to you. I really enjoyed it, and I think I will also watch this stream, and it will be entertaining again. So, looking forward to this.
I bloody hope it entertains you because I put my back into it. So, yeah, thanks a lot, Joe, guys, and yeah,